What's up, me Raandigars? We're back with another Persona video. Now, this might sound weird, and people might hate this because of Persona 5's reputation currently with too many spin-offs, too many releases and stuff. But now, obviously, this you can make two arguments. Either this video is meme, clickbaity, or maybe this video has some merit. Now, I will say this: I will have some merits to it, but at the end of the it's just fun speculation, memes. This isn't serious. But if in the future this happens, I'll say I talked about it. I told you so. Now, I like the community has this memes going on, and like in my YouTube comments, I have like some fun jokes with some of the comments. Is that like Persona 5 Remake might release before Persona 1 and 2. But then I was like sitting down, I was like calculating, I was like, that is a possibility. Now, just to add, here's the thing. I will say this countless times. People who are saying Persona 4 doesn't deserve a remake and stuff like that. No, disagree. Every Persona game, excluding Persona 5, deserves a remake. Because they're all on older like generations, PS2, PS1, and they're on older like whatchamacallit, yeah, shut up, I don't want to talk. But they're on like older generation and older game development software. So the only thing I believe it was Catherine was the first game to use Unreal Engine, I'm assuming, and then it was Persona 5, right? And the Persona 5 is the first Persona game to use Unreal Engine, I believe. I'll double check. But why do I say Persona 5 can get a remake? Now, this isn't based on Atlus, but I will say this. A lot of games get remake like post 10 years. Like after they've crossed 10 years, that's when it's like, okay, even if they look good, it's time for a remake. Now, here's the thing about Persona 5. Persona 5 has aged really, really well. You can make some arguments that it's graphically a bit behind because it was a PS3 game, so the basis of the PS3. And people will hate on this, but I will say this again. Graphically, Reload looks way better if you look at it from the whole overall perspective. Yeah, there are some issues where you make the argument like they could have added more. Like they could have added like you go to the I forgot the bar in Polonia Mall, and you can make the argument they could have had like actually people dancing there. But in other scenarios, you could just make the like. If you look at it from like a grand scheme of things, like Reload looks way better than 5. And then if you look at Metaphor and then Vengeance, yeah, they all look better than Persona 5. It's just Persona 5 is a PS3 game that was like polished and then late released for PS4. But yeah, it's not even a PS3 game because I believe it doesn't work well. But this, a lot of games get remakes after 10 years. Now, we're living in 2025. Now, here's the thing. There's a reason I'm not saying on 2026, like 2026, we're seeing a Persona 5 remake. But here's the thing. Now, these are the Japanese dates. Because I believe in, this was June 2017 for America. No, April 2017 for worldwide. Can't speak, worldwide. And then this, let me close this. Was released in Japan on 2019 and then March of 2020. I thought this is January. No, this is March. Okay. March of 2020 with a Western release. Now, here's the thing. Next year, Persona 5 is going to get their 10th year anniversary. And there are 3 Persona games I think you can, like, next few years, you can put these Persona games on the table that they are releasing. Now, one of them has already been released, but I'll talk about it. Now, one of them is Persona 4 Remake. This is basically confirmed. Now, here's the thing. If it doesn't come out, if this doesn't get announced in June, like in the Xbox event, showcase, whatever, don't scream. It is coming. You guys gotta understand. Just because IP got registered, Persona 3 got released a few months later, announced a few months later, I think this is an October release. An Atlus October release, where we'll see this. But it could just be the next year February release and we see this during like the October announcements or like during the like November announcements. Who knows? But this is coming. So this is this year's game and a somewhat next year's game. Now, Persona 6. I think Persona 6 will be announced next year and would probably a June release or maybe an October release. So we covered 2026, we covered 2027, and this is a middle release. This will be released like in the middle, somewhere in the mix. I'm talking about the Reload Switch version. So now here's the thing. Let's just say that Atlus is using its old format. Persona 6 comes out, we'll get like 5 to 6, 4 to 5 spin-offs related to Persona 6. We maybe get some Persona Q comes back to life with the old ones getting remastered or remakes. I guess remastered with ports. And then Persona Q3 with Persona 6 characters. And we get Persona 5 Arena maybe, or Persona 6 Arena. I don't know. We get these stuff. And then we're in like 2028 or 2029. And because here's the thing, we don't, Atlus themselves have said, I mean, they could have changed their mind. Operations change all the time. But Atlus themselves have said they are not focusing on Persona 1 and 2 remakes right now. But they have plans. They have plans, but the focus isn't there. And then boom. Persona 5 Remake. 2028, Persona 5 Remake gets announced. Now, here's the thing. What can they do with the remake? Except for, like, improve the graphics? Because, here's the thing. 2028, 2029, graphics would be higher. Performance would be higher. And then this will be a pure PS5 or PS6 game. So, what else can they do with it? That's the thing. The only thing they can add is, like, linked episodes. And just the Royal would be DLC with, like... I say Royal would be DLC, but this game is like what will happen with Persona 4 Remake is gonna happen with Persona 5 Remake because the structure of both those games are same. Like this game has Murray, that game has Akechi, Kasumi, and Maruki. So if Murray is DLC, Royal is DLC. If Murray is an additional release, Royal is an additional release. I mean, they can change that in the future. Who knows? Because Royal has additional characters. Or if it's just packed in together. Boom, that's it. Maybe that's the case. But tell me in the comments, what do you think? This was a meme video, but there's some speculation. Here's the thing. 2028. If you look at this release, how many years are there? 10? 12? And then we see 2029? 13 years? A lot of remakes. Now, there's some remakes that I'll say are off that comes like that, but like, you know what I mean? Like The Last of Us remake. You know, I want to check something. So, Persona 3 release date. We're going to look at the first... Okay, 2006. And we got Reload in 2024. I mean, that's over 20 years though, right? That's like... maths. That's like 18 years. Yeah, that's way far. What about Persona 4? If we... Persona 4's release date... I'm looking at the initial. I'm not going to look at the golden release dates. I'm looking at the 2008, 2025. That's 17 years. So, maybe 2029, 2030, we might see... Now, here's the thing. I know right now people are going to watch this video and going to be like, okay, we don't want a Persona 5 remake. I get that. But here's my question to you. If in 2 years, or like after the Persona 4 remake release, that's what I think will happen. Maybe I could be wrong. Persona 6 releases before Persona 4 remake. But let's assume that Persona 6 gets released. It already has gotten 2 to 3 spin-offs. And then they announce Persona 5 remake. Would people be mad? Like, tell me in the comments. If that happens, Persona 6 releases, Persona 4 remake releases, Persona 6 gets 2 to 3 spin-offs. Persona 5 Arena exists, maybe. I don't know. But just assume Persona 6 gets 2 to 3 spin-offs. Would you, like, comment below, would you be mad if Persona 5 gets a remake? I think it deserves at that time. But then the question would be, at that point, is... What the hell is Atlus doing with Persona 1 and 2? Because I know... Here's the thing. Straightforward. Look me into the eye. Not everybody. But those people that say that Persona 1 and 2 are not going to make money, shut up. That is never going to happen. Same people said remakes were never going to make money for Persona. Atlus themselves were like, remakes were not going to make money. We saw what happened in Persona 3. There are people who are saying Persona 4 remake will not make money. Again, wrong. You guys got to understand. Here's the thing. Persona fandom is this big, but then it's divided in chunks. There are Persona 5 fans, there are Persona 4 fans, there are Persona 3 fans, there are Persona 1 fans, 2 fans. So here's the thing. Persona 4 gets a remake, Persona 5 fans are coming to Persona 4. Persona 1 gets a remake, those fans are going to 1. Boom. Like, it's like a multiplier effect, a weird way. Like the fandom is way more divided. If you know what I mean, you mean like you know, like there are fans who are like fans of every Persona game, like I am, but like it's obviously also divided. So tell me in the comments if this game gets a remake in 2028, 2029, 2030. Would you be excited? Would you be mad? But do remember, like at that point, I am saying Persona 6 would be released, or at least be like about to be released. So, and I think a spin-off would be released at the time as well. So tell me in the comments. I guess, are you excited for Persona 5's remake? This is just fun, but I feel like this could also become true. It's speculation, it's fun, it's meme. Tell me in the comments below. If you want to do some memes, go ahead below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Raandigar. I'll see you guys next time with another Persona, Shin, Megami, Dragon Ball, Fairy Tail, what a video. Consider subscribing. I'm trying to make this YouTube thing an actual thing. I'm looking to stop recording. Bye.